guys, welcome back to the Lazio YouTube channel. My name is Biagio Aversano and here we are for episode 2 of the Lazio transfers. So if you guys didn't see the last episode, go check it out on the Lazio YouTube channel. Basically I discussed how the series works and like how the additions and removals work. But if you didn't watch it, you can go watch it, but I'll just give a little quick recap. I basically have a starting 11 and subs and reserves of players that potentially might come to Lazio. I grade them on a star-based system out of 5 stars, and meaning the probability of them joining with their estimated value for money. And if the player signs for Lazio in real life, I go and purchase them on the game, on the market. So that's basically how the series works. And right now, we've been getting all these transfer rumors and stuff, and Lazio still haven't made a close offer, a close deal. But I think the Serie A transfer market starts today or yesterday, I'm not sure. But hopefully in the next coming weeks, you can see some finalized deals. Without any further ado, let's get into episode 2. So if you guys didn't watch the first episode, basically the team was all messy, but now I rearranged it. I put them in their appropriate positions. And let's get into the squad. Before we start with the additions to the team, let's talk about the removals from the team. Quite a few removals. We've got Toko Akambi and Eto, the two Cameroonian attackers, removed from the squad. It doesn't look likely to happen. Eto, I don't think he was actually going to be a player. He was Toko Akambi's agent, but it looked like he was also going to play. I really wasn't sure about that. Stefan Lichtsteiner, another player that I removed because he's close to joining Arsenal. Doesn't look like Lazio are going to get him. Next person I removed, Kovacic. Stupid offer from Real Madrid. Why would they ever do that? Milinkovic-Savic, probably one of the strongest midfielders right now, with a price tag over 130 million, and really stupid by Real Madrid to offer a swap deal, no money. So that's why it's not really something interesting to talk about, something interesting and that will really happen. Next player was a striker. I mentioned in the last episode, I'll mention it again. Salah, striker from Nantes, Argentinian. Doesn't look like he's joining, and I don't have too much information on him, so I removed him from the squad. 2 Brazilians were also removed from the squad. Jemerson, because Lazio struggled to sign him last season. Doesn't look like we're going to sign him this season. And Mauricio from Legia Warsaw, but Lazio technically still own him. He's on loan in the Polish league, so it's not really a transfer rumor. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now let's get into the additions to the team. First one, kicking off the list, we already have an Italian, and it is Roberto Soriano. Winger, can play at cam, can play in the midfield. Just very versatile. We would be great in the 3-5-2 formation that Inzaghi plays, or even if he wants to, shift into the middle, that would be good. Probability of joining Lazio, 3 out of 5 stars, and his estimated value for money, 8 million euros. Next up, we have another Italian. This time it is a goalie, Marco Sportiello, who did have spells at Empoli, is owned by Atalanta, and then got loaned out to Fiorentina because Lazio offered Atalanta Berisha, who actually had a very good season there at Atalanta. But nonetheless, Marco Sportiello has been linked with a move to Lazio, so he would be a very good as a backup plan in case Strakosha gets hurt or fatigue sets in, something happens that we need a backup goalie. Sometimes we can't really rely on Vargic because he's not that strong of a goalie, and I think he only made like 1 or 2 appearances in the Serie A, in all competitions, throughout the year this season. So a backup plan like Marco Sportiello would work perfectly. Italian, like that would build chemistry with the manager, Simeone Inzaghi. So it would honestly be a very good signing for the Biancoceleste. Probability of him joining Lazio, 3 out of 5 stars. Estimated value for money, 10 million euros. Next up, we have Andrea Petagna. This one, pretty excited about, just like Gabbiadini, because he is Big, tanky, strong. Very good at winning headers, and his finishing is very good. Striker currently plays his club football for Atalanta. Probability of joining Lazio 3 out of 5 stars, and his estimated value for money between 15 and 20 million euros. Before we get into any new additions, this is another familiar face from the last episode. There was a post by Luis Alberto. He was having dinner, and this man was joining him. I wonder why. Just throwing that out there. So hopefully he joins the club too, but let's get back into the additions. We have another Italian that made the list. Vincenzo Griffo plays his club football for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hopefully I pronounced that right. His probability of joining Lazio, 3 out of 5 stars. Estimated value for money, 12 to 15 million euros. Another Italian, Daniele Baselli, youngster, very strong midfielder, currently plays for Torino. Would be great in that starting 11. Maybe a bit more attacking, but still very young and has a lot of promise and a lot of potential talent that he could bring to the Biancoceleste. 3 out of 5 stars as his probability of joining Lazio, and 8 to 10 million euros on his estimated value for money. Okay, this is getting crazy. Another Italian is linked to a move with the Biancoceleste. We have Lorenzo Di Silvestri. Could play as a winger as well, defensive-wise and attacking-wise. So this guy would be perfect in the 3-5-2 formation that Inzaghi has. Currently plays his club football for Torino. Probability of joining Lazio, 2 out of 5 stars. Estimated value for money, 5 million euros. Trying not to bring back bad memories, but this is a face I'm not really sure a lot of Lazio fans would want to see, as he was part of the goal spree that Salzburg did against Lazio in the second leg of the Europa League. And made us get eliminated from the competition, but he has been linked with a move to Lazio. Again, just like Di Silvestri, can play as more attacking on the wing or more defensive wise. Again, good for the formation, like I said before. 2 out of 5 stars for his probability, and 6 to 8 million euros on his value for money. Next up, we have the Serbian center back Matija Nastasic. This one very interesting to see, but I don't think it's likely to happen. Again, not trying to shed some bad memories, but Schalke did finish second in the Bundesliga, so it looks like he might be staying with Schalke because, again, they are in the Champions League. I don't think he would want to move to a club that's not in the Champions League, but I'm just throwing that out there. But he could change his mind. Maybe he's not happy at the club. We'll see. But his probability of joining Lazio, 2 out of 5 stars. Estimated value for money, 15 to 20 million euros. Next up, we have Holger Badstuber. Contract is going to expire soon with Stuttgart. He did have spells at Bayern where he didn't get much playing time just because he was always injured and everything would come back. He's very injury prone, so that was a worry for Bayern. He did end up going to Stuttgart, and as I said before, his contract expired, so if Lazio do sign him, he will be on a free transfer. Probability of him joining Lazio, 3 out of 5 stars. Ganso is our next player, Brazilian center attacking mid from Sevilla, has been linked with a move to Lazio. Did spend some time in Brazil playing for Santos at the time where Neymar was there. Has been very quiet lately with Sevilla, and getting to play in an Italian side that has quite a good amount of Brazilians would be good to build chemistry. Players like Lucas Leiva and the defenders, it would be a great move for the Brazilian. So probability of joining Lazio, 3 out of 5 stars. Estimated value for money, 1 to 2 million euros. Next up, we have Sandro. After his contract expired at QPR, he went to Antalyaspor, where he was loaned in the January transfer window to Benevento. So now, as they got relegated this season down to the Serie B, we are not. It's not official whether he's going to stay with Benevento or move to another club, move back to his loan club. But he said that if he does want to stay in Italy, he wants to get offered a contract by an Italian club, so or else he's going to go back to Turkey. So this is another good chance, another Brazilian this is a chance for Lazio to capitalize on the offer and get this guy maybe very cheap, depending on the price. But he says he wants a contract. So probability of joining Lazio 3 out of 5 stars. An estimated value for money, not quite sure yet, depending on if he's looking for just a move, anyone that can offer him a contract, or at a certain price. That has not been discussed with Sandro yet, but his future is still yet to be decided. This last one, when I saw this, I was just blown away. I'm like, oh my god, if this guy joins Lazio, probably one of our biggest signings since 2 seasons ago with Ciro Immobile. Papu Gomez has been linked with a move to Lazio, but I've been reading some stuff, and apparently if Felipe Anderson leaves the club, he has a probability of joining the Biancoceleste. Probability of joining Lazio, I would say 2 out of 5 stars, because it's still a little shaky. He's a very talented player, and he's had a lot of experience, has a lot of time played with Atalanta, so I don't think the fans are going to be pretty happy about that. And we'll see in the near future if he's going to be loyal. We'll see how that's going to work. But his estimated value for money, if Lazio do try to sign him, I will say at least 40 to 50 million euros. Before I end off the video, I want to give a little bit of an update on Armando Izzo, who has been linked with a move to West Ham United. So we'll see what he decides on in the near future. And that concludes episode 2 of the Lazio transfers. A lot of Italians on this list, and a shocking one, Papu Gomez. But let me know down in the comments below, who do you think potentially has a chance of joining Lazio, who do you think doesn't, and if we're going to see any new additions or removals to the team in the next episode. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Biagio Aversano, and I'll see you guys next time.